go. Here we go. Come to the ending. 56. Hey, watch the slant. Switch. Hurt. 64. Wait. Check your hot read.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And that'll set them back 5.
Come on now. Let's go.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
I got you, son.
Looking to throw. Gardner. He's got Green. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
To throw on 2nd down. Gardner. Forced out to it. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Chris Jones in there to get him. And that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
Slam. Jump, go. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Oh, you got deep?
From the gun, Gardner. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Everyone, you got 4. 4 down. Watch the 22. Check. Over. 22.
On 1st and 10, Gardner. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. And that's complete. It's Green here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
This is Hines. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check.
They run with Hines. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there first quarter.
Yeah, help me out because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill behind him? It certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is third down.
Safe. Rotate, spell. Let it go.
Operating from the gun, Gardner. Green brings it in. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line.
Pull it together. 59 mark. Check, 59. Rip left. Mike, check, 59. You don't want none.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let's go now. 15, 18 data. I got it. He's checking.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On second down, here's Mixon, and he stopped immediately there. Defense able to get there, swarm to the football. Zilch, 0 nada there for the offense, Charles.
Yeah, it really was an example of good team defense, wasn't it? Everyone handled their responsibilities, and they held them to no gain.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Back to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And finding Pruitt. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big third down pickup of 20 yards. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got a turnover? We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 24-yard line. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown in.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 24 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Final week of the year, an absolute must-win game for them, so they needed to get on the board first. They were able to do just that.
And you laid out the stakes. So just think what they've been working with this entire build-up towards this game. Must win. You've got to get on the board first. They accomplished that. Now they can't have any type of a letdown. Long way to go in this one.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups. Check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up a first down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. On first down, it's Hines. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
56. Mike's 56. Let's go.
From the gun, Gardner. He completes it to Tate. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Switch. 66, pull it, high. Echo. Mike, check, 59.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Greedy Williams, the rookie out of LSU, there to knock it away.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he connects with Ertz. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Falcons. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. A gutsy call. 4th and short. They go for it. Look at the result.
Yeah, not only did they go for it, they threw for it. Because to me, it was stacked up for a run situation. Strength on strength. And they decided to put the ball in the air. And what a result. Big-time play.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now. Mixon, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Here we go. No, check that. We want my
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Now it's Hines. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
59 Mike, check, 59.
On 3rd down, Gardner. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Falcons send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is fielded at the 27.
You ain't doing nothing today.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. Early lead in that one for the Packers. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Campbell making the catch. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 4 receivers now. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. Second and 4. Catch made here by Campbell. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
2nd and 1. Flush to his right. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And down inside the 15 he goes. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Set, cut. Pittsburgh. Check, 59. We own it. We own it.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200-plus?
Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. They'll set up to throw. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
It's now fourth down.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll go with the keeper. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Here we go. Good set. Henry. Get that quarterback.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Looking for Campbell downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check 56. You gonna get this, boys? You think you gonna get this?
On first down, Gardner finding Green complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Mike. 56. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
They'll run on first down. Hines, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's first and 10 at the 43. Back to throw. Gardner. He's got Green. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 16, first down Falcons. This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's first and 10. Operating from the gun. Gardner. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Chris Jones in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
You ain't got nothing.
Looking to throw. Gardner dancing to his left. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it third down.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Here's Hines. And they snap him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And now look at him go. The 20, 10, 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. Back to throw. He gets it to his running back, Rashad Penny. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
And the Cowboys first down.
Let's go now. Check. Eight together. They gonna need some therapy after this. Check.
They'll drop the throw. Flushed out right. And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Baby. Shame, baby. Here we go. Time to end it. 59. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. Short.
Following the fumble recovery, Gardner. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And his guys are going to have the football back as the third quarter comes to an end. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! 22, check, cover. 22, check,
Once again, they run with Mixon. And able to find a little space. He gets this up over the 15 to the 16. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a third down. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Hines. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
56. Mike, 56, right there. Right? 56. Hey, pick it up, defense. Hurry.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Check.
Again, it's Mixon. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ndamukong Suh able to record. His 5th sack of the season.
Good job, guys.
Here's Matt Weil now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Mike's 56. Tackles. Mike 56. Mike 56. Off. No, better.
Throwing on first down. Gardner. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the defense has got it. And this is recovered in the end zone for a touchdown. Marr on for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation with their first. Under pressure, they got him again. Akeem Hicks has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 50.
Back to throw. Gardner. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D-linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
Second and goal from the 1.
Check safety, Teddy Weber.
Mixon trying to punch it in, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score.
Touchdown, baby.
Joe Mixon, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves.
And he will go down. a Cowboys sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. The Falcons on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 15.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's go. Check 59, Mike.
From the gun, Gardner. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They don't want it. Keep playing hard, fellas, all day.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
What you got, Heavy? Give me something.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first, now this from 43. Marr able to put this one through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big pickup of 38. Off the play fake. Gardner. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Check, 59. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Kill.
On second down, Mixon. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Again, it's Mixon, and he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Matt Weil now. He's been terrific so far. It's taken to the 26. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Dallas, it's an 11th win of the year as they'll finish the regular season at 11-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they wanted desperately to finish at 500, but that won't happen as it'll be a 7-9 season in the end. And they can take solace in the fact that this team never quit all the way to the end. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.